As someone who's listening to this podcast or watching this video, what is something they can do in the short term, right? To implement into their business that they would see an impact from, in terms of persuasion or marketing.
Short term, they should study the customer more. So they should never. You can, and Facebook shows you this. We're seeing this in the trend. You can never have enough information on your customer. Most small businesses that I deal with don't know their customer well enough. They really don't. They know what they want to do. One of my pet peeves, and the piggyback of what Corey does, is when I say, well, why do you start this particular business? And it's because I wanted to do this particular thing. Don't have anything to do with the market. Well, the market is going to always dictate whether your business is successful or not. You have nothing to do with it, because most people in the morning are driving around worrying about themselves. They worrying about their own issues. They never thinking about other people. Okay, some people think about their family and kids. A lot of people don't. They just think about themselves. So if you can't figure out how to make sure that person's getting what they want, it's going to be difficult for you to be successful. So study your customer at a very innate level and understand how you can create something that is going to solve their problem. And if there's enough demand in the marketplace to even justify your actions.
Interesting. Most people don't even think about their kids. They think about themselves.
Exactly. Yeah, most people are. They don't want to admit that, but they are. Most people think about themselves.
That's interesting, man. A lot of knowledge dropping here, man. And you're going to have people looking at everything sideways. So once you start to understand persuasion, it must be, interesting as you navigate through the world and you understand that this is what's happening 24/7, right? So, question I would have is another question moving forward is that, so you've helped small businesses, you've helped people. What is some of the successes, or give me a success that someone has had in using your services?
Okay. So I had a guy who's a creative. He's a painter up there, I think in New Hampshire. And so he took maybe a $25 course, maybe a $45 course with me. We sat down and talked for about an hour, and I really explained to him how to create really compelling offers. And he was able to take that, and now he's doing a business for celebrities. He's doing a much larger scale for business, and he was struggling in getting the appropriate price point that he felt he was getting for his particular creative work. Because, him being a creative, his work is based on his time. And he wasn't able to get the price point he wanted, and he didn't want to do cookie cutter pieces. So I really sat back and communicated to him as how to create a really compelling offer based on what your ideal customer desires, and to understand how you can communicate to your ideal customer that your creative piece is going to give them what they want. And once he was able to start implementing that, he's now able to get the price points that he's want, which are much greater than the $45 he paid me. So pretty much all of my success stories, the amount of return they were able to get from dealing with me is far greater than what I charge. Because I really don't charge a lot of money. I charge enough to make the person respect my value, because I understand that a lot of our people they are challenged with capital. And so they don't have the money to really pay premium. So even though I may teach a lot of my students to create premium courses, I don't necessarily always bring people in at a premium price, but I do make sure I give something that we can both respect each other's time.
Okay. Yeah, that's great, man. So I think the one thing I'm taking away from this conversation is about, because I see this all the time myself, and just you put it in proper perspective, is how you're supposed to be in the market to serve your customer. And most people it always is about them. Like, why'd you do this? Whether it's something in the arts or even in business, people have this thing about following their passion, but not necessarily giving a consumer what they want.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but we got to understand is that selling to people that they can follow their passion is giving them what they want. The problem is when they try to go out in the marketplace, it doesn't work. So selling somebody that you can take your passion and start a business around it is giving them exactly what they want, because they're frustrated because they're on a job. They feel like, I'm frustrated, I don't like what they're doing, because most people don't like their job. They just do it for the money. So I now create a course around how to monetize your passion. So now you buy into that particular course, and now you go out in the marketplace believing that, well, because I bought this particular course about how to monetize my passion, I'm going to be successful, because you don't really understand how the market really works, because you were sold. Because like I said before, is that the only way to get smart is to face a smart opponent. But you have to understand that you're facing a smart opponent. Most people don't even know who their opponent is. So they think everybody's their friend. So that's their problem. So they keep banging their head against this wall trying to make something work, because they don't realize that they just dealt with an opponent. I would never sell somebody something that I knew was not going to work for them just because it made money for them. Just because it made money for me. But those are my own morals. Everybody don't have those kind of morals. So I was telling the woman, I know enough about marketing to where I can make millions of dollars selling black people fade cream, because I understand black people enough to do that. But that doesn't fit my morals, so I'm not going to do that. But you got other people that'll do that. They'll sell black people anything, even if they black themselves, just because it's going to make them money.
Yeah, that's man, that's interesting right there. That's very interesting, because you said you're selling a dream, as we say in the street. Yo, you sold you a dream. Like, you're selling a dream. And it reminds me of like almost every I shouldn't say every, but 99% of the real estate courses that I see people selling, going all the way back to, 10, 20 years ago. You see them on the infomercials. That's what infomercials are doing.
Yeah,
selling you a dream.
Yeah, they're selling you a dream, but we understand that people have the dream. So we identify the fact that they have the dream. So how do we give them something that closes the gap between where they're at to where they want to be? And we can sell them anything. We can sell them real estate course. We can sell them religion. We can sell them fitness. We can sell them a finance course. We can sell them a relationship course. We can sell them anything, because their desire to get to this place is so deep that they're willing to do anything. And the thing about the desire is that every time it's not met, it becomes stronger. So a person that's 10 years in on this has a stronger desire than a person that is a year into it. So that's why a lot of people bounce around the MLM space their whole life, because they believe in that dream, and the dream never gets met, but you can keep selling them because they believe in the dream.